Hey everyone, guess what? Both of the old beasts I bought are finally home. Two legendary rides, fresh out of the past, and today we're diving straight into the heart of it. First up, we're going to tackle the engine of the 1949 GAZ-M20. Yeah, that classic Soviet machine that looks like it crawled out of a Cold War movie. But hold on, this one, it's not your standard factory engine anymore. Nope, someone swapped it out for a tiny one-cylinder engine that barely breathes. Like seriously, look at this thing, it's almost cute. Now, aside from the engine, the body's got some issues too. Missing gauges on the dash, both right side doors without handles, and even the iconic 5-point Soviet badge. Gone. But hey, that's why I'm here. Let's fix it. First mission, install these door handles. I finally tracked down some vintage style replacements, and I gotta say, they look beautiful. Don't they just make the whole door feel complete again? Boom, door handles. Now let's pop open the trunk. Maybe, just maybe, there's something valuable inside. I've got a good feeling. Spoiler alert, this trunk hasn't been opened in years. I mean that literally, it's stuck tight, the key doesn't even twist. Totally rusted out, so time for the big guns, bit of lube, gentle persuasion. Okay, maybe a little not so gentle persuasion, and it's open. And guess what was hiding in there? The original spare tire, the actual Soviet spare tire. Still strapped in, probably since the 50s. And the transmission tunnel panel I thought was lost forever, it was just chilling back here the whole time? Like, what? The previous owner swore this car never came with it, and turns out he just never managed to open the trunk. I'm honestly blown away. Oh, and that's not all. The original shifter assembly is still inside. Even a dusty old cap with faded Russian letters. I'm not sure what it says yet, but this stuff, it's priceless. Now time to get serious. This old GAZ engine has been sitting in my garage for over 10 years. We're gonna bring it back to life. Let's check the crank plate and see if it still spins. And then engine and gearbox. Let's mate them. Next up, bolting the oil pan back on, greasing the clutch shaft, and getting this whole powertrain to come together like one glorious metallic jigsaw puzzle. Man, moments like this, I feel like a kid in a candy shop. Dirty hands, rusty parts, and the thrill of waking up a 70-year-old machine. Let's keep going. This is just the beginning. Alright guys, now comes the real test. After hooking up the starter and dropping in a fresh battery, I gave the old engine a few pulls just to see what kind of compression we're working with, and, well, let's just say it wasn't promising. This engine, it hadn't been fired up in decades, like literally. No one even remembers the last time it ran, so I wasn't holding my breath, but still, you kind of hope for a miracle, right? First step, swapped out all 6 spark plugs, brand new. Then I gave the engine a crank, and yeah, that wasn't good. My heart dropped. Compression sounded super weak. So I busted out the gauge, tested each cylinder one by one piece, and boom, no compression. Cylinder number 5 was barely hanging in there. The rest, basically dead. No pressure, just air. But I wasn't giving up. I added a bit of oil into each cylinder to try and seal things up a bit, gave it a few turns. And guess what? We got some life back. Not much, but enough. Just enough to keep going. Time to clean the ignition coils and polish the contact points. Cleaned out the carb, ran a fuel line straight from a can, just to keep it simple. All systems go, and then it actually fired up. Smoke everywhere at first from all that oil I dumped in, but it ran. That 70-year-old engine roared back to life. I couldn't believe it, but we weren't done yet. I swapped out the old carb with a new one for smoother starts, replaced the master brake cylinder for better stopping power, and repaired the original exhaust instead of replacing it because, come on, that original pipe, that's history. You preserve stuff like that. The brake reservoir also replaced. While bleeding the brakes, I found a busted hose, so I swapped that too. And those old rubber bushings underneath, completely shot. Got rid of them all and installed new ones. Oh, and the fuel tank, yeah, full of gunk. Pure varnish sludge. There was no way I could risk that clogging the carb, so we cleaned the tank out thoroughly, replaced all the lines, and made sure not a speck of debris could sneak through. With all that done, it was time. I hooked the battery back up, filled the radiator with fresh coolant, primed the fuel pump, and stood there, staring at this sleeping giant. Okay, I said, let's do this. Hit the ignition, the engine came to life, smooth, loud, alive. Then I dropped it into gear. Wait, reverse? Oops. Fixed that, shifted properly, and it moved. It actually drove. Smoke's still a bit much, but the engine's pulling strong. This thing's got guts. After 70 years, it's back on its wheels and ready to roll. If you've been following this journey, thank you. I've got a ton more coming. More restorations, more old engines, more surprises from the past. So hit that subscribe button, drop a comment if you love classic cars, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Daljeng bringing vintage back to life.